All right, YouTube, we are back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to discuss with you how to develop your character via the removal process and how to improve your life as a young man around the age of 20 years old. This is what I wish that I knew, what I wish that somebody told me 5 years ago when I was 18 years old, when I was just entering adulthood. And I put this together for all the young guys out there that need to hear it, whether you know you need to hear it, whether you don't know you need to hear it. This is what I wish somebody told me. Currently, I'm 23, turning 24, and this presentation means a lot to me because this is something that I'm implementing in my life day in and day out, right? Especially in the recent months and years. And if I was doing this towards the beginning of my adulthood, 17, 18, 19 years old, then I would be much further along by now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss the removal process. So first, you need to understand what is developing yourself, right? Developing yourself is ultimately discovering the things that you like, the things that you don't like, your personal values, recognizing any vices that you might have, whether that may include drinking or smoking, anything of that sorts, and creating these things that I like to call non-negotiables, right? And non-negotiables are things that you do no matter what, whether you're sick, whether you're sad, whether however you feel, you don't worry about that, right? You just get the things done that you know that you need to get done, right? And there's this phrase that I have amongst myself and amongst friends. Some of you may have heard of it. It's called getting got, right? And it's a funny phrase. It's kind of, I guess, trendy now or whatever. And I've been saying this for a while. Basically, getting got means being in a situation that you don't want to be in, right? Maybe you order some food somewhere, they don't tell you how much it is, and it comes out to 3 times more than you thought it was going to be, right? You got, right? If you're hanging out with your friends or something like that, and you're trying to be home in bed by 11 o'clock, and next thing you know, it's 2 a.m., you got. But understand that getting got is a result of your own decisions, and although there may be other people in play, you can avoid it. And I'm going to show you guys how to avoid it, how to not get got, so to speak. And I think that this will be very, very valuable for anybody who's definitely looking to improve their life. You got to recognize your vices, right? This is me participating in some vices here, taking pictures of my ice cream, being very fat. Also, you got a picture of me smoking a cigar there. And I want you guys to understand that everybody has partaken in these things, right? It's not that there's a good or a bad. It's how much of it are you doing, right? It's to what extent is it bad, or is it detrimental to your life? Drinking, smoking, indulging in drugs, etc., could always be a bad thing, right? Most people are going to take those to an extreme that is detrimental to their lives, right? It doesn't mean that you're not going to have an enjoyable life. It just means that your life is not living at its maximum potential, right? You are not living your own life at the maximum potential. There's also video games, people that play too much video games, it could distract you from the things that you really need to focus on. You also have gambling, right? People, I'm not a big gambler, but there's people that are very, very into gambling and will spend money that they really shouldn't be spending on it. And I don't know exactly what causes that or what is going on in their brain, but it could be something that's definitely holding you back from growth in your life. Of course, we have short temper, right? And social media, right? If you're getting angry all the time and you're very easily irritable, that could be a problem. That could be holding you back from reaching heights that you want to reach. And spending too much time on social media, watching what everybody else is doing, right? Watching YouTube videos or Instagram reels or whatever it is, scrolling TikTok all day and all night when you have things to do, right? All these things could be detrimental to your life. And this one is huge because I relate to this one a lot, is overeating, right? When I was not knowledgeable in nutrition and fitness and things like that, I would indulge a lot in overeating. It was just something that came very naturally for me. And, right here in this picture, I'm 250 pounds there, right? And I'm only 5'10", and I had no muscle at the time. I was just pure, just fat. And sure, there's people that were bigger than me, but at the end of the day, I live in my life and I wasn't happy with that. And, that picture of the ice cream down there, that was taken while I looked like this, right? And that's clearly not something that I should be doing. I was indulging in overeating all the time and just eating whatever was on my plate and whatever I could see and, whatever I thought tasted good. And it wasn't something that was beneficial for me, right? And with women as well, right? There's a lot of guys out there that you guys spend way too much time trying to get women and not becoming the man that is attractive, right? You want to become the man that is respected, that women want, right? That is an attractive guy. And if you're just that type of dude that just nonstop chases girls and forgets to just focus on your life and who you are as a person, then that could also be detrimental for you as well. There's a lot of guys that they only focus on getting girls, but they're broke, right? They're broke and they have nothing going for themselves. So don't be that guy. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about the process of removal, right? Understand that you very rarely need to add anything into your life. And here's what I mean by that. Material things will never solve your problems, right? They may make life easier. Obviously, life is easier when you have a car versus when you don't have a car, right? Especially in a place where it can be very beneficial to have one because you can get around much easier. However, it won't solve your overarching life's problems, right? And I wish that I could think of some more examples right now on the fly, but anytime that I have ever achieved something that is materialistic, it has always just become normal and has never granted me any happiness whatsoever, right? It has maybe given me temporary happiness, but it has never been something that has been added to my life that I have looked at as a big life changer, because I was always me, right? Whether I have, my car right here, or whether I have my Honda Civic that I had, or my BMW that I had, or whatever car, like, yeah, maybe they got short-term validation from other people, but I was always there, right? It was always me. I was still fat, right? I was still not well spoken. I was still out of shape. I was still indulging in other vices, right? Regardless of what materialistic things that I had, right? Understand that in the removal process, and I'm going to dive much deeper into this in the following slides, nothing is ever lost, whether it be friends, whether it be enemies, material possessions, family, whoever it is. And I reference people a lot here because it's good to go into this with the mindset, understanding that life is a cycle, right? Things come, things go, and the only person who is always there for you is yourself, right? This process rules above all else, right? You will never find anything that you're looking for in your life outside of you. Now, that's tough for a lot of people to grasp because it's a very deep concept, but everything that you've ever been looking for, seeking in your life, whether it be happiness, whether it be looking to grow your business, whether it be getting more fit, etc. It's always a result of an action that you take, and it's always something that is confirmed within yourself initially, and then it is seen externally. So first you see it internally, then it's seen externally, right? So you have to be content with you. You have to be content with you, and you have to be content with one quote, which is my favorite quote in the world. It's, wherever you go, there you are. Whether I'm in Dubai, whether I'm the king of some country, whether I'm driving a Lambo, whether I'm driving a Honda Civic, whether I'm homeless, whatever is happening, wherever I go, there I am. And the same thing goes for you. Wherever you go, there you are. Is that there is no thing, there's no place you're going to be, there's no anything that's going to grant you happiness. You have to be content with yourself, and you will always be you. And finally, the final point for this slide is that the law of attraction is very real. Understand that in this process, you may lose certain things. That's why it's called a process of removal. However, the law of attraction is very real. You're going to attract the things that will be beneficial to your life with the process of removal. So some things may leave, some things may go, some things may be quote unquote lost, but there's much to be gained. So in the process of removal, you have to learn the ability to say no. The ability to say, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to stick to what I told myself that I need to do. And I don't need to go out and drink, or I don't need to go and eat some unhealthy shit. You know what I'm saying? The ability to say no is a very powerful tool, right? It keeps you out of bad situations. And ultimately, it strengthens your word, right? People will respect you as a result of being the guy that says no, because you're not a pushover, right? And when you're the guy that says, nah, you know what, I'm good. I don't need to go and drink with you guys, or I don't need to go and eat this unhealthy food with you guys, or, nah, I'm good. I just need to stay in and work. People will respect that, right? Especially as you start getting more results, right? And it's slow at the beginning, but it grows over time, right? And I want to use this example right here because this is very important. So recently, there was an event, New Orleans, Louisiana, I believe, and there were people that were out drinking, out having a good time. And to keep the story brief, all of a sudden, Ford truck just comes barreling down the street, hitting people, killing people, etc. And I'm sure that there were people there that were just going out for a drink. I'm sure that there were plenty of them, people that were just going out for a drink, people that maybe it wasn't even their idea to go out, it was their friend's idea to go out, and they just said, you know what, I'll go. Not realizing that they would never wake up the following day, not realizing that they would never make it home because of a decision that somebody else made. And it all could have been avoided with the ability to say no. So I'm not saying never go out and drink. I'm not saying never do any of these vices, because that's not what life is about. But understand that certain things could be detrimental to you, and there are cases where you don't know when that'll be, and that's just how it is. Now, understand that removal is positive, right? A lot of people think that, well, I'm just losing things like this. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I want to do that? And a lot of people are afraid to lose the people around them. But at the end of the day, friends come and go, right? Life is a journey, not a destination. And nobody is truly that special except for you. I'm sure that whoever you're thinking of in your mind, that it could be a friend that you've known for 10 years and you just know that they're not meant for you in the life that you want, then follow the process of removal, and that person will naturally no longer be a part of your life, right? I don't like the term cutting people off, because it's not about cutting people off. It's about doing the things that you know that you want to do in your life, following your path and your journey, and understanding that you only get one chance at this thing, right? Your time is not just money. Your time is literally everything. Absolutely everything in life. It's the one thing in life that you can never get back. You can always get money back. You could always get a materialistic possession back. You could always get anything back in your life except for your time and your family. That's it, right? If a loved one dies, and unfortunately that's a situation that happens to many people, it's a situation that has happened to me, you can never get that person back. So spend the time wisely. Understand that time is very limited. Everybody only has a certain amount of time, and that time on this earth must be spent with intention, and it must be spent with integrity. Don't be that guy who's just living life and not giving a shit about his own life, and not following your daily processes and being an organized person. Do this with intention, do this with integrity, and be somebody that's proud of being yourself, because that's what's going to give you true happiness. Loneliness along this journey is very, very normal, right? Everybody feels this way. It happens all the time. And anytime that you truly take the steps that you need to take in order to get to where you want to go, it's going to be a lonely road, because most people are not willing to take those steps, right? You're going to feel this way temporarily. Every emotion, as we all know, is temporary. You never feel the same way forever. You'll never be happy forever. You'll never be lonely forever. You'll never even be sad forever, right? You got to align with your purpose, right? Whether you have a specific gym routine, whether you wake up at this time and you do this, and this because you know that you're more productive, make sure that you align with that. Don't align with how you feel. If you're tired that day, screw it. Just get up. Just do it, right? If you're tired that day, if you're sad, whatever, and you start focusing on that and not your actual purpose and the things that you know that you need to do, then what's going to happen is you're just going to fall back into that state, into that negative state that you're in, right? Don't submit to those vices. Don't be just because you don't feel that good. Don't stay home and play video games and scroll on social media and do all this nonsense, right? There's always going to be those ups and downs. There's always going to be those periods where you're up here. There's going to be periods where you're down here, no matter how much money you have, right? And the reason why this process, the reason why it is so valuable is because it is difficult. Nothing that has value does not come with difficulty. And here's what I mean. The reason why being very muscular and being lean, having a six-pack, etc., is seen as something that is valuable is because it is rare. The reason why it is rare is because it is difficult, right? It's difficult to have something like that. Now, sure, you can talk about genetics and whatever, but we could even compare it to having a Lamborghini. Most people don't have a Lamborghini. Why? Because it's hard. It's hard to get a Lamborghini, right? Because you have to work your ass off for years and years and years in order to get one, right? Most people don't want to put in the work, and they're quite frankly not smart enough to go ahead and put in the work and obtain something like that, right? The value in anything in life is in the hardship that it takes to get it. And when you understand that the emotion of feeling frustrated or feeling sad when things are not going your way is very normal, right? These emotions are all normal because in your journey, it will never go 100% your way, ever. Now, along the way, you are going to discover positivity, which is good, right? There are other people just like us. I was going to say just like you, but there are other people just like us, right? As you can see this picture of me and my boy Justin right here. We're on the Stairmaster, and I inspired him to go ahead and get on the Stairmaster with me. He probably wouldn't have gone on that specific day if it wasn't for me being on there, right? And by doing the process of removal, by following your processes, right, that being one of my processes, I attracted people into my life that took an interest in that noticed that I was doing that and liked the fact that I was following my process and liked my message, right? You don't need to conform to anybody's approval. Somebody tells you, hey, don't do this or don't do that. Screw them. Screw them. Do the things that you got to do for yourself and trust the process ultimately. Trust the process. Like I said, the pain is what makes the reward worth it. The reason why it's valuable is because it's hard, and you will always have me to go ahead and DM me on Instagram, comment on these videos, etc. if you feel that way, right? If you feel like things are getting difficult, things are getting tough, and you don't have any like-minded people around you, just shoot me a DM, man. I feel lonely as well. We all get the feelings here and there, and I like to connect with guys like myself who focus on themselves, that move with purpose, and that understand that life is difficult. It's meant to be difficult, and if you ever feel like you don't got anybody, you guys got me, man. You know that already. So I'm gonna leave you guys with one more thing, which is understand this, is that you'll never be missing out. There's no such thing as FOMO. You're never going to miss out on anything, right? Whatever's happening, your friends are going out drinking, your friends are going out smoking or something like that, you're not missing out on it, man. Do the work that you got to do, and trust me, you'll attract the right people into your life. You don't need to worry about all those other things, man. It's not that important. You'll always have full control of yourself. You have the power to say no. You don't need to be the person that just conforms to whoever asks you to do anything. And those vices, that social media scrolling and drinking and whatever, they'll never be worth it. Ever. Never be worth it. They're only going to take away. They're not going to add to your life. And those people that are doing all those things, that are trying to influence you to do them with them, they'll come and go, right? Like I said, friends will come and go. You only get one chance at this thing, right? Do it right. Do it right from the beginning, because we don't live as long as you think. The average lifespan is around like 72 years, something around there. And if you break that in half, 36 years is the halfway point. So if you're 18 years old, you're pretty much a quarter of the way there. So hopefully my math is good, but you only get one chance at this thing, man. Take the risk, submit to the process, and the one way to never lose is to never give up. If you never give up, you can never lose, right? I want you guys to just really understand that. As hard as it feels, you may go years and years and years and years and years into your life and feel like it's impossible. You feel like you're cursed. You're the only person on planet Earth who cannot complete or accomplish whatever it is they're looking to accomplish. Understand that as long as you never give up, you will never lose. And the last thing is enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. These are a bunch of pictures of me doing various things with my friends, myself, right? As you can see, there's a picture of us partying up there. I'm not saying never do these things, right? I'm not saying be that guy who is completely 100% shut off to everything. I mean, I don't drink, right? But it's up to you what you do and don't want to do. But as long as something is not detrimental to your life, that's what's most important, right? Enjoy your journey, right? Don't be the person that's giving into all these vices all the time and just constantly giving in and giving up on your goals and thinking that you can never be successful, because that's not the case, man. If I can do it, if the people that I know can do it, then you can definitely do it, right? There were times in my life where I felt like I couldn't accomplish anything, and there were times in my life where I felt on top of the world. So as long as you show up every single day, and as long as you give it your 100% effort every single day, then I guarantee you, you will reach the levels that you want to reach. I guarantee you. So with that being said, if you liked the video, drop a like, drop a comment. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you liked it. My Instagram is going to be down below. If you guys are ever going through something, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm here for y'all. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.